Hello, it's Liz with Stampin' on the Rock. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a partial embossing technique. I'm going to jump right into it just because that's the way I enjoy videos, just jumping right in. So let's get started. All right, I'm going to be using the stamp set Textured Notes. The ink colors that I'll be using are Basic Beige. Basic Beige was new in the catalog, like when this annual catalog started back in May, June or so. So it's not new, but it's a new-ish color. So Basic Beige, Mossy Meadow, and Old Olive. Then I will be using Exposed Brick Embossing Folder. We've had one similar to this before, but it was like brick, and they were bigger bricks, and they were just up like a brick wall, whereas this one kind of is like broken bricks, like an older brick kind of look, aged look to it. So it's called Exposed Brick Embossing Folder, and it's a 3D embossing folder, which just gives you a deeper embossed look. Okay. All right, my pieces that I'm using today, pretty simple. Basic Beige is my card base. So this is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock cut in half, and then I scored it at 4 1/4. So let me just take this, the base, and I'm just going to fold it and use my bone folder to get a nice crease, and we'll just set that aside. My sheet of white cardstock is 4 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. That's it. All right, we're going to do some stamping here. This is the Basic Beige color. And I'm going to just stamp here. And then I'm just going to stamp just a little bit up top here. There you go. And while I'm stamping this, I just let you know, I don't know when you're watching this video, but today as I'm recording this, it is Wednesday, February 18th, 2026. And today through Friday, all orders $75 or more will receive free shipping. So today, February 18th through February 20th, 2026, there's free shipping. That's all. All right. Let me move on to this one. This is the Mossy Meadow. Mossy Meadow. Just going to take this up like here. And I'm not going to use it at the top at all. And then we're going to use Old Olive. Old Olive. We're going to put a little bit in here. And I'll do a little bit up here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this through the embossing, the cut and emboss machine. So for 3D embossing folders, again, what I love about this, it's written right here. If you're not sure what sandwich to do, what plates to put, right here says using with thin dies. Nope, that's not what we're using today. Using with standard embossing folders. Nope, not what I'm using right now. Using with 3D embossing folder. Yes, that's what I want. Using with 3D embossing folder. I want piece 1, which right here, piece 1. My embossing folder in my paper goes right in here, and then piece 4. So right here, there's a 4 right on here. Okay, so I know I want 1, my embossing folder and paper, and then piece 4 on top. It's right here. There's pictures for you with telling you exactly what sandwich to use with which tools. Okay, so I'm going to put that in here. And what I'm going to do with this now, I only want the top part embossed and the bottom part embossed, not the center. So I'm taking my piece here and I'm going to put my embossing folder just a little bit above where I stamped. And this brick one, because there's lines there where the bricks are, you can kind of line it up with your bricks if you want to make sure you're getting a semi-straight. Oh, okay. That is not working well. All right, here we go. Okay, so right there, and I'm going to just do it like this, and I'm going to run that through the embossing machine. Put plate 4 on top, and we're going to crank that through. Okay, and we'll bring that out over here. And I'm going to pull that out, and that just embossed the bottom part here, so it's still smooth on the top. And I'm just going to flip it around. And I'm embossing just the top part there. Okay, just a little bit on the top. And the same thing, I'm going to run this through just like this. Okay. Take that out. And there we go. Now we have partial embossed. It's embossed down here on the bottom half, and then it's embossed like the top quarter or so. All right? And then I'm going to take the words happy birthday. This is from one of the product of the month. It was the January's product of the month. I'm not sure if it's still available or not. If you're not sure what the product of the month is, each month Stampin' Up! Comes out with a new product that's exclusive just for the product of the month. Every time you place a $75 order, you can choose the product of the month for $5. This is not the current one, but if there's a product of the month that's left over, like if there's some that they have in inventory left over from the month before, you can choose that too. So the product of the month for February right now is a swirly paper, which is beautiful too. But then you can get the product of the month for $5 with a $75 order. So again, right now, if you're watching this like today when I'm putting this out, you can get free shipping and the product of the month for $5. What a deal. All right, so I took this from here. And I'm going into the mossy meadow. I'm going into the old olive. I just put my stamp into the old olive ink pad. And I'm going to stamp this right across here. If stamping straight is a struggle for you, there is a new tool coming out that's called a Stampin' Positioner. Right now, the only way you can get that Stampin' Positioner is to join my team. That's kind of cool. Join my team and you get that free with your kit. Otherwise, you'll have to wait a few more months until it comes out to everybody else. All right. So let me close up these ink pads right away to keep them so that they're juicy. All right, so this is my front piece right now, and I'm going to use basic beige ribbon. Tying a bow. Tie a bow, you could tie a knot, whatever works for you. I'm going to go through this again, though, just how I typically will tie a bow. I'm going to wrap it around the back. I flip mine upside down. It just works better for me to do upside down. My tails come out the right way. So I'm on camera now, so let's see how this works out. All right, so I want it to be a little bit off to the side. So I'm going to kind of give a little bit more, if you see, I have a little more ribbon on the left side because I need to pull it over. So let me see if I can do this nice and slowly so you can see how I do it. So like you're going to tie a sneaker. Okay, so that's what I have at the moment. All right. And then I do, I know this sounds so silly, but a bunny ear. So, or a loop, however you want to call it. There's another bunny ear or a loop. I'm taking it, I have two of them. I'm taking the left one over top of the right. And this is the tricky part, I know, because you have to use your fingers, your nails, whatever, and push it through the hole. Okay, and I'm going to grab a hold of it and pull that through. And sometimes you look and go, oh, that doesn't look good. Play with it. Just play around with it a little bit. Have a little bit of patience. Play around. I'm pulling it a little bit tighter. I'm going to just pull these. Pull that. Play around and pull it tight. And I'm going to turn it around. I'm okay with that. Is it a perfect bow? It's not, but I'm okay with it. My tails are going down where I want them to be. Okay, I don't like that. That side is a little big. Okay. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to grab scissors. Trim the little tails a little bit so they're not frayed. But you know what? Maybe you want a frayed look. That's kind of a cool look too. Okay. All right. So that's that one. I'm going to show you another one that I did earlier, not on camera. And look at this. Da, da, da. Okay. So again, sometimes just playing with a little bit, but that's that one, and I'm okay with this one. My tails are going down. My bows, they look okay. They're fine. So let's flip this over. Oh, I forgot adhesive over here. Hang on one second. Okay, you could use your adhesive. You could use, let's use dimensionals. Let's do that anyway. Let's pop this up a little bit. I'm going to stick some dimensionals on here. You can use dimensionals. You can use your regular multi-liquid glue. You could use your stamp and seal, whichever you would prefer here. I'm going to go ahead and just put dimensionals because they are handy at the moment. Sometimes I won't use dimensionals if I'm going to put a bow on the front just because you already have a little bit of like lift, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to take this, we're going to turn it over, lay this right on the top, eyeing it up before I put it down, and then go ahead and put that down. And there we go. So there's your partial embossed technique. Hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions down below, ask me a question. I'll get back to you, I promise. I'll get back to you. I do respond to any questions or comments. If you just liked it, give me a little thumbs up. I like that too. That's helpful. Pass it on to someone you know who it might be helpful. And my website, stampingontherock.com. Hope you have a great rest of the week. Bye-bye.